எப்படியும் ரிசோர்ஸ் புக்ல இருக்கிற கண்டென்ட் ஆனது ஓகே தாரன் இன்ஷால்லா. And today we are starting the unit number 6. Unit number, what is it? 6. Heading, what is it? Genetics. Genetics, the start part is going to be a note for you. Okay. When we come to the breeding techniques, when we come to the breeding techniques, in breeding techniques, உங்களுக்கு நோட் கிடைக்கும். Until breeding techniques, நீங்க breeding technique வரும் வர நியாயமாக நீங்க வந்து நோட்ஸ் வந்து ஒர்க் பண்ணி எழுதணும். அதுதான் என்னுடைய எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன். So if you take genetics lesson, right? இப்போ நீங்க இதுவரை படிச்ச யூனிட் 5ல இருந்து டோட்டலா வெளியால போற ஒரு சாப்டர் தான் இந்த ஜெனட்டிக்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிற போர்ஷன், யூனிட் நம்பர் 6. இந்த genetics lesson we are going to, generally we don't speak about individual vocabulary in the lesson, but in genetics we have to speak about the individual features. In that one, first of all, we speak about the character. Okay. First of all, we speak about the character. What is a character? If you take a character, it is a heritable feature that varies among individuals of a population. A heritable feature. Heritable, you can understand, no? It can be carried from one organism to another organism, parents to offspring. Okay? That kind of features are called character. Okay? A heritable feature that varies among individuals of a population. That is character. Example, in human population, you can notice, okay, various characters. Eye color is a character. Okay, hair color, it's another character. Okay, complexion, is a character. Blood group is a character. Okay. Nature of ear or earlobe. Nature of ear or earlobe is a character. And shape of forehead hair is another character. Like this, you can list it down, various characters in any organism. Just taking human as an example, we are listing these characters. The next thing you want to know it is trait. What is trait? Okay. A trait is a variation. A trait is an alternative choice. Now, for an example, if you take eye color, in the eye color, there are several alternative choices. Okay, alternative choices. Right? Alternative choices. Okay, that stand for a particular genetic character. For one genetic character, there will be different choices there. Okay, each trait is a variation. Each of the choice is a variation. For a simple example, if the character is eye color, if the character is eye color, the traits are black eye is there, brown eye is there, blue eye is there, gray eye is there, okay, green eye is there. Like this, several choices are there, several variations are there. Similarly, if you take hair color, for hair color, okay, black color is there, brown is there, blonde, the Europeans, the Caucasians, you would have seen having a golden hair. That golden hair is blonde hair. Okay, blonde hair, blonde. So these ones are called traits. For every character, minimum there will be 2 traits. So minimum there will be 2 traits for a character. Minimum 2 choices will be there. More than 2 also possible. Now you can see it in the eye color. You can see it in the hair color. Right. Now, are you clear regarding the character and the trait?
Yes, sir.
Right. Thirdly, we are coming to the idea called genotype. Actually, genotype is the actual meaning. It is the combination of genes. It is the combination of genes or alleles. Is called genotype. So, now for an example, if you take a person, okay, now for example, this is in the human being, some people are right-handed, some people are left-handed, or some people can roll tongue, some people can't roll tongue. Two choices. Can Hafsa Shafi roll tongue?
Like folding it, no, sir?
Yeah, folding. Folding
Yes,
means longitudinally, like a cone.
Can, sir?
Can Shahika roll her tongue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but I can't. So, if you take now in your parents, your father, your mother, do you have an idea whether they can roll the tongue?
Don't know, sir.
Check it, will you? Genetics is such a lesson.
My mother can, sir.
What about your father? Ask your mother.
Can, sir. That also can.
That I also can. Shahika?
No idea, sir.
No idea about Dada or Mama.
Yes, sir.
You are not at home.
At home, sir.
Then you can ask your parent. No, your parent is not at home.
Praying, sir.
No, that is how I conduct my genetical classes. That's what the reason. Understood? So the thing it is, now if you take me, my mother, she cannot roll tongue. But my father can roll tongue. Understood? My mother can roll tongue. My mother can't roll tongue, but my mother can roll tongue. If you take my family, my brothers and sisters of the siblings, my brothers and sisters, they can roll tongue, but I can't. In overall view, we can say they are representing father's character. I am representing mother's character. It's not exactly. Rolling tongue, okay, is a dominant character. What kind of character? What kind of trait it is? What kind of trait it is?
Dominant trait.
Dominant trait. So it is a capital R trait. Okay. Can't roll tongue mean it is a what kind of correct trait?
Recessive.
Recessive trait. So if you take a person who can roll tongue, he has two possible genotypes. When he is capital R, rolling tongue, he will roll the tongue. When he is capital R, simple R, then also he can roll the tongue. Can't roll tongue has only one option. He should be, what is it? Simple R. Simple R. Now the point it is, I can't roll tongue. Okay? Because I am simple R, correct?
Yes, sir.
In this two simple R, one only would have come from my mother. Mother can't give two, only one she can give. So what the other simple R came from whom?
Father.
Father. Understood?
Yes, sir.
But my brothers are showing rolling tongue. So from the father, my brother has got
Capital R.
capital R. So my father is
Capital R, simple R.
capital R, simple R. This is the idea behind, what is it? Genotype. So what is genotype mean? We can write this as the definition. What is genotype? The genetic makeup
or set of
alleles of an, what is it? Organism. Okay. The genetic makeup or a set of alleles. Right? Here, the genotype can exist in two forms. Can exist either in homozygous form, that is capital R, or simple R, or otherwise it can exist in, what is it? Heterozygous form. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. So, according to the genotype combination, what we see outside is decided. A person who has capital R, simple R in his body, he shows the character, the trait called can roll tongue, correct? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So the can roll tongue, that is what you observe by your eye, correct?
Yes, sir.
What you observe is he can roll tongue. Okay? That observable trait is called phenotype. So what you observe from outside is called, what is it? Phenotype. Understood? So is it possible to see the genotype of a person? Is it possible to observe the genotype of a person? No. But In the case of genotype of a person, we have another site. Now, like I do, I think of me, I think of my mother, I think of my brother. Using these things, I decide what is the genotype of my father, correct?
Yes.
That way we can decide. But directly you can't see. What you see outside, curly hair, phenotype. Plants, red color flower, phenotype. Now see, okay, in a plant, okay, capital R is red flower and simple R is white flower. Okay, if the capital R is there, what will be the output?
Red flower.
Red flower. If the simple R is there, what will be the output?
White flower.
White flower. Here, I am developing the genotype, phenotype table. If the plant gets the genotype capital R, what will be the phenotype? What type of color flower you will notice?
Red flower.
Red flower. Correct. Suppose if it is capital R, simple R, then what will you notice?
Red.
Red flower. If simple R combination is there, now what will you notice?
White flower.
Now white flower will come. So the observable trait, that is phenotype, the genetical makeup for that phenotype is genotype. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Hereafter, we are going to speak about, what is it?
Gene.
Gene. So genetics, no? Genetics is the right. If you take gene, gene is the basic unit of, okay, heredity. Okay, it is the basic unit by which genetic information is passed from parents to offspring. Okay, now if you take human, in human body, there are approximately 15,000 genes are there. In these 15,000 genes, 7,500 genes came to us from the father. Another 7,500 genes came to us from the mother. Clear? Right. If you take a gene is none other than a DNA molecule. It is a what kind of sequence?
DNA sequence.
It's a DNA sequence residing usually at a specific place on a particular chromosome. Locus is representing the word place. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, for a particular, now some now at schools you will notice this. Some children will be permanently seating in a particular point in the class. Have you observed it? Some students, they will choose, this is my place. Every time she will be in that place. If the teacher want to see her, no need to search where she is. She will be there. Have you seen such people?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that means they have a specific location. This is my place. Some will be there. They don't have any specific location. I can't say where they will be. According to the space available, they will sit somewhere. That could happen in a tuition class. That could happen in a tuition class. If you go, you can't correctly tell a student will be correctly seated in this place in a tuition class. But in a school class, that girl will be specifically sitting in one place. So in this classroom, in this row, in this place, this girl is seated. That is there. Similarly, in this chromosome, in this place, this DNA sequence will be there. That is a gene. If you take a gene, one gene is encoding. It is coding. Later you will study that one in full detail about it. It is encoding a specific protein or a peptide. All the peptides are not proteins. Okay. All the peptides are not proteins. So in one gene, okay, there are many, there can be more than one proteins or peptides encoded. One gene doesn't encode only one protein. So it's a DNA sequence, usually at a specific locus on a particular chromosome, and contributes to the development of one or more traits by coding specific proteins or peptides. So, accordingly, one gene can contribute to the development of one or more traits. Understood? One gene can contribute to the development of one or more traits. One trait can develop from it, more than one trait can develop from a gene. Similarly, one gene encodes one or more specific proteins or peptides. Right? So that is the gene. Are you clear regarding the gene?
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear. Right? So for every gene, a specific DNA sequence is there. If the sequence gets altered, okay, the proteins they form will be altered. If the sequence, nitrogen base sequence of a gene gets altered, okay, the protein or peptide that they encode are also altered. If the nitrogen base sequence of a gene gets altered, the protein or peptide they encode are also altered. It can lead to development of different, sometimes new traits. Okay. Are you clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. Thereafter, we speak about another component in genetics. What is it? Read that word.
Allele.
Alleles. Okay. If you take allele, it is like a, now you know, for a character, there are many options, correct? For a character, there are many options. Those options are called traits. This can be there, this can be there. They are called traits. Similarly, for a gene, there can be different choices. They are called alleles, right? For an example, if you take human blood group, okay, if you take human blood group, okay, gene has 3 alleles. How many alleles are there for human blood group gene?
3.
3. One it is, we used to say IA. Other one is IB and other one is I. IA, IB and what is it?
I.
I. Now, if you take one person, now take me. In my body, there will be only 2 alleles of this. In Hafsa's body, also only 2 will be there. In Shahika's body also only
1 allele.
Yeah, Shahika mattum 1 allele, enakku unakkum 2 allele.
Illil 2 allele.
How many allele will be there in Shahika's body?
2 alleles.
2 alleles will be there. They are already wicked. But how many choices are there altogether? Altogether, how many choices are there?
3.
3 choices are there. But one person will get only how many choices?
2.
2 choices. Okay. Remember, alleles are located, okay, alleles are located in the same loci of homologous chromosome. Alleles are located in the, what is it? Same loci of homologous chromosome. I will further give you an explanation regarding it. Here, this is a chromosome that was given to you by your father. This is another chromosome in your body, which was given to you from your mother. So one is a maternal chromosome, one is a, what is it? Paternal chromosome. These two chromosomes are, if they are equal in length, if they are equal in length, if they are equal in thickness, if they are equal in the location of centromere. How many equalities?
3.
3 equalities. Equal in the length, equal in the thickness, and the same location. Location mean, okay, equal, they should be in the same level. Then they are called what kind of chromosomes?
Homologous chromosomes.
Homologous chromosomes. In homologous chromosomes, okay, now say in this homologous chromosome, in this place, there is an allele. In the other one also, in the same place, there will be an allele. These two alleles are related. For an example, if this allele is, okay, is an allele for eye color or blood group, say blood group, okay, then this allele also will be for an allele for blood group. Okay, these two alleles are in the same location. Okay, same position. Then they are called alleles. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right? So, whatever the alternative forms, there they are coming under alleles. Here also, in general, okay, one gene gets 2 alleles. Okay, that means we told one character in general has 2 traits. That way, one gene in general gets how many alleles? How many alleles?
2 alleles.
2 alleles. Okay. Sometimes more than 2 alleles can present. If more than 2 alleles are present, that condition is called by the name, what is it?
Multiple alleles.
Multiple alleles. only 2 alleles are there mean we don't call them multiple alleles. More than 2, 3 alleles. Now say example, now blood group or alleles of blood group gene. There are 3 alleles there, correct? In that case, we have to tell they are multiple alleles. Okay? One allele differs from another allele. Okay, one allele differs from another allele, okay, due to slight differences in the nucleotide or nitrogen base sequence of the, okay, DNA. Right? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. So one allele there, another allele there. Right. But anyway, okay, one organism has how many alleles for a particular character or a trait? Now, if you take one person, one organ, Hafsa, one person, if you take for, okay, for a particular character, how many alleles will be there? In Hafsa's body, for a particular character, how many alleles will be there?
2.
2. So one organism has, what is it? 2 or a pair of alleles for a particular, what is it?
Character.
Character. Agree?
Yes, sir.
You can say character, or you can say, what is it? For a particular, what is it?
Trait.
Trait. It's okay. It's not a bigger difference there. Right. Now, the pairs of alleles, okay, in an organism can be either identical or, what is it?
Non-identical.
Non-identical. If identical, if they are same, it is homozygous. If non-identical, it is, what is it? Heterozygous. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So, like this, you have to identify the alleles. So, if you take alleles are situated in the same location of homologous chromosome. So, look at this diagram. Okay, can you see a pair of homologous chromosomes are there?
Yes, sir.
So left side there's a gene for eye color, right side there's a gene for eye color. Okay, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is for brown eye trait and this is for black eye trait. In that case, it is homozygous or heterozygous?
Heterozygous.
Heterozygous. Suppose this is standing for brown eye trait and this is also standing for brown eye trait, mean
Homozygous.
that is homozygous. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So alleles are now introduced to you. One more point to you, the change in the nitrogen base sequence for nucleotide sequence can affect the function of the protein encoded by the gene and thus the phenotype of an organism. This way, I am finishing the allele. So you might think, sir is just typing, explaining and going. So what we are going to do, I will send the soft copy of this. You take notes out of it. Understood?
Okay, sir.
So we are coming to the heading called, what's it? What is the next heading for us?
Locus.
Locus. So it is a specific place on a particular chromosome, a specific place on a particular chromosome where the alleles of a gene Reside. Understood? A specific place on a particular chromosome where the alleles of a gene reside. Can any allele reside in any locus?
No.
No. Specific places there, right? Now for like, in the present example is the presidential palace, correct? Can anybody reside in the presidential palace?
No.
No. Anyone who has been selected as the president only can reside in the, what is it?
President's palace.
So, presidential palace is selectively available for certain individuals, correct? Agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, a locus is limited for certain alleles. These alleles only can stay in this locus. They can't go to another locus. Another locus allele cannot come here. Right. In the alleles, there are two types of alleles. What are the two types of alleles? One we call
Dominant alleles.
and other one
Recessive
recessive
alleles.
allele. We will speak in singular. Dominant allele and recessive allele. So already I have introduced you the word dominant character and recessive character, correct? Dominant character is decided by the dominant allele. So what is a dominant allele? What is a dominant allele? Read this one.
At heterozygous state, the allele which determines the organism's phenotype by masking the expression of the other is referred as the dominant allele.
Yeah. So is referred part is not necessary. We are advanced level people. So at heterozygous state, the allele which determines the organism's phenotype. You have to understand, dominancy can be understood under heterozygous state. Now, for an example, now A has, okay, pink color. B has white color. A and B are staying together in AB combination. If pink color is coming, what is the meaning? What is the meaning?
Pink is dominant.
Pink is not. A is the, what is it? Dominant allele. B is the
Recessive allele.
recessive allele. Okay. B is masked by whom?
A.
A. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So, if capital A combination they are say, then what color will come? Capital A combination is there, say, what color will come?
Pink.
Pink. But point it is, because it is pink, can you decide pink is dominant?
Can't.
Can't. Because both of them are standing for pink, correct?
Yes, sir.
When different things are there, one is coming out and one is hidden, mean the coming out one is dominant and the one that doesn't come out, it is
Recessive.
recessive. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. If there is a character, or trait, we can say dominant, and always use the word character. If there is a trait, okay, represented by the dominant allele, that is called by the name, what kind of trait? What kind of trait?
Dominant.
Dominant trait. Dominant allele produces the
Dominant trait.
dominant trait. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
On the other hand, recessive allele, okay, before we go to dominant allele, recessive allele, now see, okay, in Pisum sativum, okay, we can't avoid Pisum sativum from genetics. In Pisum sativum, okay, capital P combination, capital P, simple P combination are giving what color flower? What color flower?
Purple color.
Purple color flower, because capital P is dominant allele. Okay, capital P, what kind of allele?
Dominant allele.
Dominant allele for what color flower?
Purple flower.
Purple flower. And simple P, recessive allele for what flower?
White.
White color flower. So by looking at it, we can decide. Now we come for the recessive allele. So you know recessive allele will not be exhibited when it is in the heterozygous state, correct? When it is in the heterozygous state, right, it will be masked. Agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Because it is masked, will it be exhibited in the heterozygous state?
No.
No. It will be exhibited only during the homozygous state. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what is it? Is the allele which does not exhibit any noticeable effect on the organism's phenotype in which state?
Heterozygous.
Heterozygous state. It will exhibit, okay, phenotype only in which state? In which state it will exhibit?
Homozygous state.
Homozygous state. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If a organism, in an organism, if a recessive allele is determining a character, then that is a recessive trait. The trait produced by whom? The trait produced by whom? Which allele? Recessive trait is a recessive allele. Okay. So example, now if you take simple R in Pisum sativum, what would be the output? Simple R in Pisum sativum, what would be the output?
White flower.
White flower. So white flower is what kind of trait?
Recessive trait.
Recessive trait. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now we are introducing another feature. What is it? Homozygous. So already you are familiar to the word. What is it? Homozygous state and heterozygous state. Correct? So what do you say? In the homozygous state, will the alleles be the same or different? Identical or non-identical? What condition you will call it homozygous?
When both alleles represent the same trait.
When both of them are same, correct?
Yes,
When
sir.
both of them are, what is it? Same. So the condition of having two identical alleles for a given gene. The condition of having two identical alleles for a single gene, for a given gene. Now, for example, capital R, is it homozygous?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Capital R. Simple R.
Yes.
Yes. Capital T.
Yes.
Yes. Simple T.
Yes.
Yes. So these ones are homozygous. So the opposite word for homozygous is, what is it?
Heterozygous.
Heterozygous condition. So what about heterozygous condition? Okay.
Having different
The condition of having, okay. The condition of having two different alleles for
given gene.
So what are the examples with respect to the above one? What can you say?
Capital R, simple R,
Capital
T,
R, simple R, and what is it? Capital T, simple T. Correct? So homozygous, heterozygous. Thereafter, we are speaking about contrasting traits. Which traits?
Contrasting
traits. Contrasting traits mean, okay, for a contrasting trait, only there will be two options. Okay. So what are contrasting traits? Okay. Traits. Tracked by Mendel. Wait a minute. If the textbook doesn't have it, we have to very carefully write them down. So read the definition for contrasting traits.
Two distinct contrasting phenotype form track with respect to a character Mendel in the organism he experimented.
By Mendel. Okay. Tracked by Mendel. Forms by Mendel. Right. Actually, understanding contrasting characters are very easy rather than giving a word definition. Okay. Now, for a particular character, if there are only two choices mean they are coming under contrasting characters. For example, can you roll tongue? What is the opposite for it? Can roll tongue. What is the opposite for it?
Can't roll tongue.
Can't roll tongue. How many choices are there?
Two.
Two choices. Right-handed. What is the opposite for it?
Left-handed.
How many choices are there?
Two.
Two choices are there. So only if there are two choices, then they are coming under which traits?
Contrasting traits.
Contrasting traits. Now, if you take our complexion, our skin complexion, is it a contrasting trait?
No.
No. Okay. We can't say whether we are fair or dark, correct? We are white or dark, we can't say. If you bring a Negro near to us, all of us will be fairer than him. Correct?
Yes, sir.
If you bring a Caucasian, like American president near to you, then we all will be white people.
No.
No. So between the white and dark, there are many options there. Correct? That is not the nature of contrasting traits. So in human also there are contrasting traits, but the word contrasting traits were first introduced by Mendel. He used Pisum sativum plant as his experimental organism. Okay, so example in Pisum sativum, or we can call it in the general name, but it garden pea plant. If you take, okay, height of the plant, there are two contrasting traits there. Okay, here character, here contrasting traits. Character, height of the plant. Contrasting trait, tall, comma, what is it? Short.
Sharp.
There's no in between. But now in human, is height a contrasting feature?
No.
No. Okay, tall people are there, short people are there. I mean, in between, plenty are there. Similarly, in the garden pea plant, flower color, when you consider, there are only two choices. One will be, what is it? Purple flower. Other one will be, what is it? White flower. Clear? Are you clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. So from that place, we are going for another one that is called pure breeding. It is sometimes called by the name, another name, what is it? True breeding. Pure breeding means okay. What is the meaning? Okay. Subjecting homozygous organisms of same type homozygous, subjecting homozygous organisms of same type into self-fertilization for several generations. What is pure breeding? What is pure breeding?
Subjecting homozygous organism of same type into self-fertilization for several generations.
So we take homozygous organism. Now say you are taking Pisum sativum homozygous plant. self-pollinating it, getting the next generation. That plant, again self-pollinating, getting the next generation. Again self-pollinating, getting the next generation. Again and again and again self-pollinating and getting the next generations. That is called by the name, what is it?
Pure breeding.
Pure breeding. Through pure breeding, we are trying to establish the homozygous root. That means everyone is, what is it? Homozygous. In the plants, performing pure breeding is easy. So, subjecting, what is pure breeding in plants? Pure breeding in plants. I am going to change this sentence. Subjecting homozygous in place of organisms, what I am going to write?
Plant.
Plants, okay, of the same type into, subjecting into self, what is it?
Pollination.
Pollination. If you perform self-pollination continuously, that you are doing pure breeding in the plants. As I told you, pure breeding in the plants is easy because there is an option called self-pollination. But pure breeding in animals is difficult because there's no such an option in the animals. Clear? Clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. Now we are introducing another word called, what is it? Pure lines. What is the word?
Pure lines.
Pure lines. Okay. So if you actually, what is pure line mean? Okay. After pure, when you go on pure breeding again and again, as I told you, in one place, you will be getting the same genotype plants continuously. Everyone looking alike. Understood? Everyone looking alike. And that line, uniform lines produced from self-fertilization of pure breeding varieties over many generations. So taking the pure breeding ones, we are crossing. Now everyone is repeating the same character. That is pure line, right? So very simple idea. Now, for a simple example, if you take a royal family, they have this is not a nice example, but that is just an example. Okay. If you take a royal family, in a royal family people get married with royal family people. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So royal and royal make royal. Again royal, marry royal and make royal. Again royal and make marry royal and make royal means finally throughout the generations, if you see, only royals are there. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, pure lines, pure breeding, these kinds of things are not occurring naturally. Because of human influence, these kind of things are happening. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now we come to the word called hybridization. What is the word?
Hybridization.
Hybridization. So what is hybridization? Mating or crossing. Mating or crossing. Two pure breeding varieties with contrasting traits. Mating or crossing. Two pure breeding varieties with, what is it? Contrasting traits. As an example, you can take the pure breeding purple flower Pisum sativum. It is already pure breeding, crossing with pure breeding white flower Pisum sativum. Pisum sativum is a scientific name. This is called, what is it? Hybridization. So during hybridization, what are you doing? You are crossing. Whom and whom? Whom and whom you are crossing?
Pure breeding the
Pure breeding the Pisum sativum. Purple flower plantain.
white.
White flower plant. Correct? Right, wait a minute. Now, in that combination, pure breeding plants are the parents. Parental organism, capital P. One pure breeding parent is homozygous purple flower, dominant character. How do you mark it? Capital P, capital P. Okay. Other parent it is simple P, simple P. Here, when this organism is making gametes, every gamete will carry a capital P allele. In one gamete, one capital P there, many number of organisms you mark, no point, all will have capital P. Understood? Because in your O levels, you have studied capital P mean left side a capital P, right side a capital P. That is not here. How many options are there in the from this parent? If a gamete is made, that gamete will be having only capital P. Like that, from this parent, every gamete made will be simple P. When these two join together, it will form the F1 generation. The F1 generation they make is capital P, simple P combination. Capital P, simple P combination. This is F1 generation. This is P1 generation. This is gamete. This is F1 generation. Under hybridization, after writing that note, you have to write this one. Understood? After writing the note, under that, this is F1 generation. We used F1 generation. These are gametes. This is P1 generation. That's how you have to write. P1 generation, gametes, right? F1 generation. Are you clear?
Clear, sir.
Right. So, if you get back to this, under pure breeding purple flower Pisum sativum and pure breeding white flower Pisum sativum, you have to mark these. Right? Below this, we are going to mark what is meant by this P1 generation. P1 generation, or we can call it first parental generation. P1 generation or first parental generation, right? It is the parental generation It is the parental generation. Parental generation. That is first subjected to hybridization. So P1 generation organisms are homozygous. P1 organisms are what kind of organisms? Homozygous, like capital P, simple P, like they are homozygous organisms. Thereafter, we are speaking about the F1 generation. That is first filial generation. Filial standing for the word son, Mahan, Puta. First son generation. First filial generation, F1 generation. If you take F1 generation, it is the progeny resulted from the first hybridization event. Progeny resulted from the first hybridization event. As an example, here the purple flower plants, that is capital P, what is it? Simple P, right? Capital P, simple P condition is coming now, and that capital P, simple P is F1, what is it? Generation. Okay. If you subject the progenies, if you subject the right. So நீங்க வந்து முதல்ல ஒரு வேலை செய்யணும். இந்த நோட் நான் இமிடியேட்டா அனுப்புறேன். நீங்க இந்த நோட்டை எழுதுங்க. நாளைக்கு இடையில எழுதிடணும். Can't delay the works. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. So நாளைக்கு கண்டினியூ பண்ணுவோம் இன்ஷா அல்லாஹ். ஜஸாக்கல்லாஹ்.